by Alfonso, one of our best builders over at Blueprint.
Hey, hello. Thank you very much.
Alright, so we're going to be jumping in to do a base building session with you today. Do you want to maybe just explain a little bit about what kind of base you're going to be building and what sort of stuff you're looking to defend?
Okay, so I'm gonna build a symmetrical base. With the new meta, you can see very different style of bases, anti-3, anti-2, box, and now you start to see a lot of symmetrical bases. So I'm gonna build one of them to try and defend, of course, air spam, and of course every queen charge or ground spam, as that is the best against that type of bases.
Awesome. Sounds good. Alright, let's jump in and you can start us off.
Okay. So as many builders do, I always start with the Town Hall compartment. So for these symmetrical bases, what I usually do is have like a line with infernos. Sometimes I like to put one in front of the Town Hall, one behind Town Hall, and one in the middle, kind of. And sometimes I just do Town Hall, one behind, one in the middle, and one at the end. Also, eagle artillery in the other side of the Town Hall, and scatter shots in each side. So a skeleton usually looks like that. Sometimes I change eagle with inferno. Depends on the bases, and sometimes it also depends on what you want to defend, if you're building for a specific team or whatever. Also, I usually like to have the heroes, especially King and Warden, with my eagle. And sometimes I like putting Archer Queen and Royal Champions with them also. Other times I put Archer Tower, Archer Queen and RC in the sides, or even closer to the Town Hall. That I see that while building, depends on what strategy I see an attacker could do. So we will talk about that further in the stream. So for now, I'm just gonna start with the Town Hall compartment. So it's always nice to have two tiles between the Town Hall and every other building. So I like having that. So there's a space for giant bombs, Teslas, and everything, so the builder can maybe mess up his attack or something. Other things I like doing, it's putting walls to try and defend the Inferno that I put behind the Town Hall. So often in this meta, you see bases that have Inferno behind the Town Hall, like in Anti-3, maybe you have the Inferno here and walls surrounding Inferno, so the queen isn't able to reach the Inferno and can kill your queen and ruin your attack. So for now, I'm gonna place this time the Town Hall 3 tiles behind the next building, because I'm gonna try also and defend the easy approach of the sneakies in the Town Hall. So by doing this, the sneakies will have a longer way to the Town Hall, so it's easier for the attacker to think it's baited or whatever. Also, that I do this at the end. I like also to put sometimes few walls there. As you can see, the max level walls, you're not able to see them very nice. So if you place them there, it's also nice for the sneakies. Also, the big space here is nice against Super Wizard Blimp, as you can trap everywhere. So you don't have to actually place a bomb tower to try and defend Super Wizard. You can just use bombs or nothing and try to play with the mind of the attacker. So now I'm gonna place the Inferno behind the Town Hall. If you place it here, if the attacker does Super Wizard Blimp, with the chain value is going to take out the Town Hall and the Inferno at the same time. If you place it here, he will probably need a Earthquake. So I usually try and place it one tile, like 2 tiles away from the Town Hall. So one like this and a second one. And now you want to have the Inferno with walls. So you have to place one building and one other space so the queen isn't able to reach from the outside. So it's something I use so I don't get confused while building. Also, another thing you put the walls here is so if the attacker does a queen charge, the queen will always get into the Town Hall poison before reaching the Inferno. So maybe you can have a clan castle behind Inferno like this. It has the same range, so while the Inferno is taking down whatever troops are coming from the Town Hall, the CC is getting lower. So imagine a queen charge. So if you have a lava or whatever in your CC, it will be it will be tanking while the Inferno is dealing damage. That's why you also put the walls, so they have to come straight from here. If you leave one space, troops will also get killed by the poison. If you leave 2 spaces, they can just dodge it from this side. So it's always nice to have just one space.
See your single target Inferno. It's pretty interesting to see the fact that you've placed it a little bit further away from the Town Hall. I know you just explained that, but see if someone was, for example, to queen charge into the Town Hall, that single target Inferno wouldn't have too much impact on that charge. Is that something that you're thinking about, or is the single for another specific reason?
Yes, okay, that's a very good question. Because you're kind of leaving the Town Hall a bit exposed, but there's no problem because if the attacker invests the queen, healers, all the funnel, and maybe 1-2 rages, a freeze, just to take like this part of the base, he will still need to take the Inferno, probably the CC, 2 other Infernos, Eagle, 2 scatter shots. So it's a lot for the little, not like the little troops, because he will still have like a full army, but the spells, and he won't have as much power as he would like to, because the queen also time won't be good, because all the buildings you don't take out from here, troops after taking the rest of the base will have to come back. So I mean, as an attacker, I wouldn't like to get only that value from a queen charge. When doing Sui is different, and I'm gonna talk about that later with when I place the buildings and when I place traps, because sometimes, especially good players, top players from good teams, they sometimes tend to do Sui instead of queen charge, and sometimes you get even more value from a Sui than a queen charge, and you still have all your spells. So we will talk about that later. So for a queen charge, now you have the town, well, not the Town Hall, but after the Town Hall, good secure, because you have the single target Inferno and the CC with the same range, so everything will get killed same time. I mean, the CC will get out while the Inferno is killing you. After that, you need to protect also the Inferno from the back, because if you place a wall here, as you can see, there's only one building, so it isn't enough. You will need another one, and same in the other side. So for this, I will just do like this, the walls, and then close here. So troops can't come from behind. If it's open, they can just come and snipe your Inferno and then your Town Hall. So I like closing that. You can see sometimes some bases have open channels, and that is very good. But in this time, I prefer to close it. So I'm gonna finish the town hall compartment. So here I will do another 2 tile gap from the next defense in both sides to have a big town hall compartment. So the town hall compartment for now is like that. I won't open any walls or do any like three times three compartment for now. I have some in mind, but I will do them later to keep on with the base. So right now we have like the most important part of the base done, the town hall compartment and the CC. The CC is very important always, and you could vary the CC. Sometimes people like having it closer to the town hall so it protects. So if the attacker does a sui, but this time we want to protect our single target Inferno. Next thing I'm gonna do is another Inferno compartment, but this time multi-Inferno, as it will be isolated, and having an isolated Inferno, it's nice for Lalo, for dragons, and from hybrid also. So having it like this, it's nice. So troops will just path around Inferno while the Inferno is dealing damage on them. So that's why I like to have it in the middle of the base. Plus, if the queen doesn't take the Inferno Tower, you have even more DPS. Behind this multi-Inferno, as we talk in the little skeleton we did at the beginning, I'm gonna have the Eagle Artillery and the other Inferno Tower. So here I'm gonna do this little death zone. As you can see from this part, you have these tiles, and same in the other side. You always like to have that, so it isn't walkable for Archer Queen. Sometimes when I build this kind of symmetrical bases, or any anti-3 base where you have isolated Inferno in the middle, you can see many bases have like a channel here where troops can go inside, because it's nice. Imagine you're doing a smash attack and you have a channel. Sometimes troops just get in the channel, others go inside the compartment, and it's very nice for the defender. So I will see later if we leave the channel or we close. Behind this, I'm gonna protect my Eagle Artillery a little bit. So I'm gonna have it close to the dead zone. So I'm gonna check. You can check ranges. I like doing this to make sure I can place a building between the walls and like outside trash, so I can make sure to have like the size of the base correctly. See here also. So this Eagle Artillery compartment, it isn't that big, as we are gonna put Eagle and Inferno. So this time I can move the Inferno just one tile away from the Eagle Artillery. So I'm gonna place my bomb towers here, so they can't do easy blizzard or easy jetty bomb, as the bomb towers, the explosion will kill the troops, plus all the DPS I'm planning to have on this area is gonna kill everything. So for now we have main part of the base done, like the the middle of the base. Now I just have to finish placing my 2 scatter shots. So as you can see, the base, some people when they see this type of bases like to lock launcher from the 6 o'clock to town hall, because it's very nice value for queen charge or for a spam attack, for a smash attack. So I have to make sure it's that attack doesn't work. So what I usually have in mind is placing the scatters away from an easy warden walk from a side, so the attacker can do a warden walk, take my scatter, and then go inside, because like that he's gonna crush the base 100%, because he will then deploy his king for the other scatter shot, and that's no good. So having that in mind, I want to place my scatter a bit inside, like this, more or less, not too far away from this side or too close to this, because then it's no good either. So I'm gonna do empty channel here, like this, and then do the massive scatter compartment. So here I have 2 gaps that I could either use for Teslas or whatever, or I could just make this channel, this compartment a bit bigger, so I could maybe have another little channel here to make a scatter shot look even more protected. But for now, I'm not gonna do that, because I want to see remaining walls and everything. So I am gonna leave the both compartments big, so the scatter compartment is big, and if I have walls, I will make it like this, so scatter is very well protected over here. Okay, you could also put this type of channel, like this channel, in front, like here, something like that, and then have the scatter like this. But as warden walks are usually easier from a side, I like to have it in this side here. It's nice to think every time you build the base what attackers can do on it, and what are you trying to defend. So by the looking of the base, I want to, of course, try and defend the air spam, because it's obviously strong in all bases, and the smash we talk about with the log launcher here. There's also other stuff that we want to defend, and I do have in mind, like simple sneakies in the town hall, but we will talk about that when placing the buildings. Okay, so if I want to close the Inferno Tower over here, it's good. So I have the scatter compartment also closed over here, so troops can't go inside the scatter and then take the multi, because that's of course no good, because it's big value. So I will like for the attacker to spend either jump, wall break, which isn't easy, and other stuff. So I'm gonna finish both compartments. I'll have the scatters. If you can see, I place the buildings here, so I can see a scatter is secure from both sides and from this side. It's a good tip I like using, even though I can see that I can place the scatter here and it's not walkable. But if you make sure with a building it doesn't take too long, and you can see, it's even better, because sometimes it isn't as simple as this. Is also like this here, and it's nice to make sure so you don't make that mistakes. So again, you can see here I leave the 2-tile gap where you can place your Teslas, your giant bombs, and try and defend what the enemy is trying to do on your base. Okay, so 2 tiles here also, and walls. Sometimes in this type of bases, when you try and do many compartments, like little compartments like this ones or death zones like this ones, you run out of walls. So you have to be paying attention at your walls every time, because if you run out of walls, you're screwed. So you will have to fix many things of the base. Earlier I talked about the 3x3 compartments in the town hall or other places you can place, even the eagle or whatever. So I will do one here in each side of the town hall, which will make a wall break harder for the attacker to do. So by this, we make the attacker invest. Sometimes they have to invest one wall break here and then other one here. This time, probably not. As you can see, this is close to the outside, so they could just take it out. So when you have this problem, sometimes it's better to place in other spot. Like, I'll say, finish here. Maybe you could do something like this. No, wait. You could leave this open and maybe place it over here, like this. As you can see, it's a bit bigger, so they can't wall break here. They can't wall break, so they have to wall. If they put a wall break here, it will go this way also. If we have this open, of course. Otherwise, it will just go here. So, like right now, by having this here, wall breaks won't open directly in town hall, which is good for the attacker, because sometimes you could troll a bit. Being the defender is no good, because is good because you control the attacker. So for the attacker, it isn't good. Also, when making this, of course, I didn't pay attention on this, so I have to fix this one, because otherwise it's no good, because they can reach the scatter from inside that compartment. So diagonal, you can help yourself with 3 walls. So 3 here. So you could do here the compartment. So from here, a queen can't reach your scatter. But if you do this compartment here, you could see a wall break and just open here and open this. So it's no good either. So what you can do now is put this compartment 1 tile higher, so wall breaks don't do silly things. Okay, so now it is true you can't place a normal building, as you only have 2 tiles and not 3, but you're able to place the master builder hut, or you could just put a wall here and have this here, so there isn't a space for troops to be deployed here, which is no good. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this compartment. I'm gonna play a bit with walls here, so wall breaks from a side don't open this compartment, which I am trying to make that so that doesn't happen. So what we can do is have walls going like this. So now wall break won't open, and you can see it's a bit weird, so troops won't go in there, most probably. especially if you place things a bit far away from the hole.
So talking about wall breaks a little bit, Alfonso, we had a question coming in. So those kind of zigzag walls, like you've got at 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock, are those to deter wall breaks? Do wall breakers not like to open up those compartments, or?
Yes, wall breaks don't usually open here. They like to go for simple walls or just like normal corners. So by doing this, you won't get a wall break here. Which, I mean, in this specific case is no big deal, as you're really trying to ruin the wall break in this area because you don't want the attacker to go inside your scatter compartment. So these ones here don't really matter, but in other places, like imagine having this like this, sometimes people tend to place walls like that, so they have to wall break from a side, and sometimes by making you wall break from a side, they have you baited in some way, like, I don't know, having AD in a place where your queen won't go because your wall break had to go in another place or whatever. So sometimes it's good to play with this with this type of walls, but it's not easy, of course. But and also it's not always useful. Like in this place here, if you try and wall break from, I'm gonna say this part, wall break will go here. And if you're trying to wall break from this area, wall break will go here. But if you're trying to wall break from this area into the core, you won't get open here. So wall break will go a bit weird here, have to go from the side. So it's always nice to try and have them to play around with the wall breaks a bit. And some attackers aren't as confident on their wall break, so they have to spend either more camp space to have extra wall breaks or even a jump. So that's nice for you as a defender. I'm gonna move these here a bit more. Oops. Okay. So here we will do the same thing. You don't want to get your town hall exposed, so you make sure always at least you have this diagonal thing going on when you do weird things with your walls. So like this, kind of. See, you have your town hall is protected from the outside in every direction, and you have these weird walls that will make troops go crazy and sometimes not go where the attacker wants them to go. So I'm going to do the same in the other side. Also, talking about wall breaks again, wall breaks won't open your line here if there is less than 18. So I mean 16, I think it is 16. So if you have less, that this time we have 14. So having 14 walls here, you know that a wall break, if it's placed here, it doesn't matter if you have 3 by 3 or nothing. The wall break won't go directly here. It will probably target the next closer thing. So this side will of course go here, and this side will probably even target something like this. Or if there's nothing open, it will just go for like a corner. That's some weird things the wall breaks do. Okay, I'm gonna do.
So are you planning on baiting this town hall entry, or is it going to kind of be like you give them the town hall and you bait another section of the base?
Um, I'm never gonna give a town hall for free, of course, because it's the most important thing on your base. But you don't wanna focus like crazy on your town hall, like if it was like a tier base where you have your town hall in the corner with with um with your four Expos, your Infernos, your scatter shots, like in Legends League bases. You want to have it protected, but not like that much, because they could do some weird plan like in Legend and just smash your base. But by having it protected, but not as much, sometimes builders even think it's just too easy to take, and they mess up, and it's nice. It's nice. It's very nice when you troll an attacker like that. Okay, so now I've placed all my walls, and I want to talk about open walls. So you can see here in Town Hall, we talked about the open walls already. So I'm gonna talk now about the ones in the Eagle. The Eagle artillery, you want to have it always also protected, because it's very very strong, especially against basically all attacks. So you want to have it protected, but not go full focus, as it won't give a star to the player like the Town Hall. So you want to protect it, but not as much as the Town Hall. So this time, what we talk about the zigzag walls. In this case, we can implement this on the Eagle. If you see, there's a wall break place here, can go either way. So if an attacker wants to, imagine he wants his queen, he wants to queen charge this part, but he messed up his funnel. So he has his queen, instead of going inside, she goes in the outside. So he wants to wall break his queen here. So we could open the wall, so he isn't able to wall break, or we could do zigzag walls, so he has to be very quick reacting on the wall break to try and open here. Because otherwise, if he tries to wall break further away from this area, his wall break is gonna go to this side, and he's gonna waste his wall break, and his queen is going to walk. So we do want that. So we are gonna try to do that by having hard funnel over here, and by having the walls like this. Okay, so now that we have the skeleton, what I do is start thinking what type of attacks can other players do. So we talked about that before. So I'm gonna start placing all my buildings. So what I tend to do always is place my CC that I did already, my sweepers, and my Expos. So we want to have the town hall well secured, so we are gonna place Expos in the town hall. We could place either here or in the outside. The thing by having them in the outside is the zigzag walls. If you see, queen can just step here and kill your Expo, which is not nice. But if you have it in the town hall compartment, she can't either from this here out here. She will have to go inside, wall break or whatever, to have his queen going in here to try and kill the Expos. Okay, so next thing, what I'm gonna place is, of course, builder huts and sweepers. Builder huts, you always want to have some protecting your town hall. So we place them too that protect Expos and town hall, and of course the Inferno Tower. So by having them, they are very well used there. Now I'm gonna try and place the other two Expos. So by looking at the base, we could do various things. Is either place Expos in the eagle, place Expos in the core, or place Expos in the scatter compartment. So it depends what you want to do on your, especially on your eagle. As if you want to place your bomb towers here, you want to place also your king and warden to protect. So there's not much space here for your Expos. So maybe it's best to place them in other place. If you place them in the core, you place them on ground, you can see there's a big range. The problem is defense funnel, you mess it up by having that here, because you won't have your Inferno isolated, as loons coming from here will go to the Expo and then to the Inferno. So you don't really want that. Other thing you don't want is your Expo really out here, as it's not a defense you want to really gift. So maybe lost king or lost troops that go in this channel take your Expo, and it's no good either. So I would like to place it in the scatter compartment, someplace here in the scatter compartment. I will talk about Fireflinger, because Fireflinger now is a very common siege to use, and only Expos and mortars can reach your Fireflinger. So this time I want to have my Expo maybe a bit here in the outside, same line as the scatter, and away from the outside wall. And I don't really mind about being Expo easily taken down if you wall break here, because that will make you wall break, and then you will have to spend another wall break to go inside and stuff. But it will also defend for Filefinger, so you now can't use a Filefinger in this area to take out this compartment, as my Expo will take it out. So I'm going to do that in both sides. When you place your Expos, it's always an issue to know if you want to have them air or ground. So this time, as it doesn't matter for Filefinger, I'm gonna place them ground this time, because I want to place my town hall ones air. Why this? Again, they don't protect troops coming this side for town hall, but if an attacker comes with air spam from this side, or whatever side really, if they blimp the town hall, once they take it out or not, that can be trolled with traps, the air Expo will be locked on whatever comes out and will help taking it down. So they only take the town hall, or not even that. And if troops, imagine if he doesn't take the town hall, troops will have to go there and the Expo will be killing them. Or if they do take it down, they will of course also have to come to this area to take out the remaining things. So I will have two Expos, the Inferno hitting the troops, so it will help out for air spam a lot. If you can see, I have a gap here. We could place a wall, or we could move this one tile. What I'm most scared when building this type of compartment is so Expos aren't in range with Inferno for a Thap in the middle, so they don't take out all that. So by having them like that, Thaps should not reach. So I will place these walls like that, as it still protects the single. Why do I place them like that? It's just same stuff about wall break. You could, once you take this compartment, you can wall break here, and maybe a wall break targets there, but now it won't. So it's nice to have it like that. Okay.
Okay, before you go any further, I've got a couple of questions here from chat. So
Yes.
The first question is, do you ever think about defending a scaly donut? Obviously, it's kind of coming into the meta a little bit more. It's getting relatively popular, seeing quite a lot of people using it. How would you go about either trying to defend it or trying to limit the value people can pick up from it?
Okay, yes. That is a very good question, especially when you're building against top teams, because they do tend to use it. So about that, with the Skelly Donut, right now they can take CC and one Inferno and maybe just that, I think. So they can take a single, I think, and the multi. So that you can't really defend that when building a base fresh. You have to adapt when testing. So once what I did is try and have, of course, the huts hitting the CC. So these huts do hit the CC. Maybe have some here that also hit the CC, and so it's harder for the attacker, because he will have to spend extra spells, like even earthquake or another invi or whatever. So that's a nice way to have it defended. Other thing, what I do is rotate the base, because sometimes, I mean, especially in 93 base, in 93 star bases, I mean, imagine you have your CC here together with the Inferno, so it's simple to do Skelly Donut here. But if I put it together and rotate the base, maybe it looks harder. Like imagine here, you could do like not too hard, but you could be here, but it's like easier to ruin, or having it like that and then move things. So it looks like more tricky for the attacker, at least on my opinion. I'm not an expert on that, so that's the reason why it looks harder for me. Also, other things, because it's like really sometimes impossible to try and defend the Skelly Donut, like the donut part. You have to try and bait the Sui. So the most common thing, imagine I do Skelly Donut here. What I want to do next is, of course, take out the Town Hall and take out this compartment. So just bait extremely hard the Sui. So imagine he wants to place his queen here alone, or with a nice golem or something. Just bait that so the queen doesn't get the Town Hall. So he has to either spend more another hero, or start like the Lalo or the Hawks in the Town Hall. So that's very, very good to defend that. So you just gotta think ahead and think what the attacker would do. That's the most important thing. Always think what an attacker would do and how can you stop it. Because
Awesome.
There's some attacks that are just very, very difficult to stop when building. Like a queen charge, you can just think, okay, they will charge this side, so I will put all my DPS and some traps and whatever. But there's some attacks like Sui, for example. You can do that, but you need, of course, the help of traps. As imagine I have all of this here, so an attacker will probably just send loons or a stone slammer. So if I by doing this, I could just place all my Teslas and all my air traps, so he doesn't take the scatter. So like kind of bait the attacker sometimes and just make him fail with your traps.
Cool. So the other question we had in the chat was just talking about your expos. So they were wondering, obviously you've got your expos in the 3 and 9 o'clock compartments on ground, and that's to defend the flame flinger. They were asking if you put that on air, would it also still defend?
Yes. Air and ground bow and the mortars are the only defenses that can take out the fire flinger, the flame flinger from from his long range.
Awesome.
So it doesn't matter. I just have it here, so it looks a bit more scary, and because I don't want to have all 4 expos on air or all 4 in ground, because this meta is you can get triple with air and ground, so having 2 and 2 is always nice.
Yeah. Fair enough. So one of the last questions that we've got in the chat here comes in from Hammy. He is asking if there is a particular side of the base that you find people tend to attack from, whether that's in from the right side or the left side, or if you tend to bait one side more than the other.
Okay, yes, very interesting. And I've heard many people talk about this. Some say when you are right-handed, you try and come from one side. When you're left-handed, from the other, and whatever. Watching the stream that End did the other day when building, he was talking in a legend base, diamond base. He likes to trap where the attacker, imagine if I have my heroes like this, where the attacker can get the most heroes. So he likes trapping this side as an attacker. Imagine if they come with super drugs, they will come from this side. So he takes out queen and king earlier, and then so. But that really depends, because in my opinion, I maybe just do this side because it's more comfortable for me. So what I tend to do is when I test the base, I ask a few different players from my team or whatever. So if they come, imagine they all come from this side, so I just bait this side. They come from both sides, so what I do, if they come from both sides, it's rotate the base, so it looks easier, like it's like more comfortable to come from this side than upper side or whatever. So sometimes rotating the base is nice to try and bait one attack. But you can't really know what place, like what area will the attacker come. So you just gotta hope for the best. Also, what you can do is bait hard the middle, because especially in the air spam, people tend to do the like place the spam, blimp, and quickly use warning ability. So if you bait the middle, they will all get killed as the warning ability will wear off in this area or this area. So that really depends, especially the strategy. Imagine when defending a Queen Charge hybrid or Lalo, like what area you will bait for the entry for the Sui or the hybrid. It's if either you do the moving the base a bit and see where attackers tend to come, or again placing Teslas in this area or this area will also like have the all the attack like stocked in in an area of the base where he won't probably have warden ability, as is more common in the start of the attack. So if you have them stuck here, but with a lot of DPS, even if he heals or whatever, sometimes troops just die. And also traps very important. Is there any other questions?
Nope, that's us for now. So you can continue on with the base.
Okay, sure. Okay, I haven't placed my sweepers yet because I'm kind of debating where to place them. I'm gonna place these two storages here, so I have the Inferno isolated of other defenses, and I can place here the hut to have some, imagine a lost miner or lost dragon tries and take it out and it doesn't, so the hut will repair. Or I could just place the 6 builder hut. That's up to you, really. I'm gonna this time I'm gonna place the 6 builder, so I have symmetrical huts also, as I'm gonna place one in front of the town hall, because what I talked at the start, the walls, this time I won't be able to because I don't have spare walls. Maybe I could take out some walls from this area, but I'm not too worried about that because builder hut here also very good. Imagine you have storages, so if they try to sneaky, the builder hut is repairing the storage, which is ideal for you. So I'm gonna have this other builder hut here in a place. Okay, so here I get the most value as I'm able to heal both Scatter and Inferno, so it's very nice. But as I haven't placed my sweepers, I'm gonna wait on the huts a bit. With sweepers, you could do many things. I always think what I should do with the sweepers, and I always talk to my friend Jed, which is also another builder. How would he place his sweepers? As he always thinks, oh, like this, because you could get this attack or whatever. So I always it's always nice to have like another builder friend that can help you anytime when you have a question. Like, oh, what do you think about this skelly of the base? What do you think about this position? So he can help you, and of course with some attacks when you finish the base. So I'm gonna place them this time here. I'm not gonna like this. So they can defend air from the back, as some people just go like from the back, and can defend also El Halo in this part, and of course spam from this side. So it's nice to have them like this. You see this a lot in Legend League, so because it works, so it's very nice. Now that I have the sweepers in there, I'm gonna place this builder hut here like this, so I can just have one building here and have no dead spaces. Okay, we will see where to actually place the builder hut. Okay, so now ADs, what to do with them, especially against air spam. You always want to have your AD protected so it doesn't get sniped with rocket loons or normal loons or whatever. So, but also you don't want to have them too deep into the base, because imagine I have it here. They could just place a lava and a blimp and just do super wizard blimp or whatever. So you want to have them protected, but not in the core. You see a lot of core of course ADs in Legend League, but there is normal, as there's not many players attacking with Super Wizard, and you obviously focus on air spam. So this time also you don't want to have your AD in a place that it can get tanked by a scatter. Imagine they want to lalo me from this side. So if they place a lava will be here, and a scatter will be killing the lava while the loons take all my defenses. So that's not ideal either. So if we check the range, if we place it here, it is a bit in the outside, but you could defend that with some defenses in the outside. So that's a good position. You could have your AD. Other position can be here, and it won't be easily killed by rocket loons, as it's a bit far away. It won't be easy to get Super Blizzard Blimp, as there's a lot of spaces where you could have your black mines, so it isn't best thing. But I think I'm gonna have 2 in the Eagle compartment and 2 in the Town Hall compartment, something like this. So maybe a bit further away from the Town Hall explosion from the blimp. I don't know, it doesn't really matter, as there's 2. So, and you can see a queen going a bit crazy in one side. Imagine she goes like this, and instead of going this way and then the other way, it just goes this way, so healers get in range of the other AD. That's very, very nice. So that's nice about having them here. So I'm gonna place both like that. Okay, other defense you don't really, it's not ideal to have in your next to your ADs is Wizard Towers, because of same thing as Scatters. They splash damage your defenses, so you don't want to have that too close to your ADs. Okay, so I'm gonna place one Wizard Tower on the top, and now I'll see where I place the other 4. Okay, so I'm gonna finish first the Town Hall compartment like this. I'm gonna try and find 2 walls to place in this area here, and then I'm gonna probably put ADs here. We will move them later if we need, but I wanna have the mortars in here, so the flame flinger doesn't get the Town Hall. So like this, we don't need a wall anymore. A mortar can be easily tanked with some defenses in the outside, etc. And we have a lot of places for traps for Sui, because there's not much DPS here. So we will need traps for sure. Okay, so next thing we want to have, I'm going to move these ADs here so I can have more defenses in this Eagle compartment. And there you can see ADs aren't tanked for the scatter shot, so it's nice. Another thing about Wizard Towers, you don't want to have them all away from your scatters. You want to have one in range of your scatter, so they can't bat bomb one scatter and then kill the Wizard Tower without any spell investment. So by placing them here, if he places bats here, he needs to freeze the Wizard Tower, which is nice. I will place the Wizard Towers now. So I want to have having the AD here. So maybe I want to have one here and another Wizard Tower here. Maybe it's nice. I'm gonna move these walls. So in a way that I can move the wizard tower here a bit and don't have a hole in the base. Like that. So I'm going to do that in both sides. Now we have 2 walls spare, so we could maybe place back the mortars and have the walls here, or just have them for another thing. So I'm gonna now, like this, it's a good position for wizard towers, as you have splash in all areas of that compartment, so they can't place bats or whatever. Okay, so here. So it isn't also, if you place a queen here, it won't take it out. So it's not easy to snipe, because it is a good thing. Now in this 3x3 we could have archer tower. I like to place them, but when we have one more tile, so it doesn't get sniped too easy, we're actually going to place there the walls, so we can now place archer towers here, so they don't get sniped easily. We're going to finish with queens, place them something like that to protect the compartment, and also it is nice DPS to have. And of course, when you place your heroes, you don't want to have your queen and archer, your queen and your RC together, so they don't send headhunters and go like in a line. Now, if he places headhunters here, they will go to the king and then to the archer queen. If I had my king here, they will place them here and then go like that, and that's no good, because imagine they do hybrid. If they do hybrid from this side, they can do warden ability around this area, and then headhunters will kill queen and then kill RC with the protected by the warden ability. So that's not good at all. That's why you want to have them like in a kind of sandwich: queen, king, queen, something like that. Okay, so now we want to have some DPS on our scatter compartment. So we're gonna place maybe a cannon in the outside, or an archer tower a bit better, so they can't send a minion in any place to snipe percentage. Because we don't want to give out percentage. Imagine we're in a tight war and we win by percentage because we defend the corners. That's very important. Also, it defends if they place loons here or whatever, because we have 2. So if we have a cannon here in the outside or a mortar, it will be protected a bit also, which is nice, because we don't want to get anything, any defense or any buildings gifted. So if I have the Expo here, I want to place my cannon maybe in the other side, because it's good. It's good ground DPS, especially when it's max. Not like this one, because RC can't kill it with her RC. I mean, with her RC shield, with her ability, because they can't just send like RC here and just use ability and whatever, because she won't take out the cannon, which is very nice. So this being a symmetrical base, I'm gonna just place the same defenses in the same area, kind of. So like this. Also, another game you could do with wall breaks is here. Imagine if you place this far away, like this time, not really because it's a small compartment. This one in the side, but imagine if it was longer. If you place this like that and this like that, sometimes you could get the wall break. Instead of to go in the junction, it goes here and here. So he will need to invest more wall breaks. But is you need to like a lot of think a lot and do a few things because sometimes it doesn't really work. Okay, so now we have the both scatter compartments finished. We wanna keep going with the eagle compartment this time. Also, leaving 2 tiles between each defense, good for a splash from the super dragons and for traps. So this time I'm gonna go a bit quicker as I'm running a bit short on time, I think. I wanna have my eagle protected, so I'm gonna have my cannons here for DPS, and I wanna have my archer towers here to defend some air. Okay, so now I have these 4 defenses. Actually 3, because I'm gonna place my mortar here to protect my like the path a bit. And now I'm gonna use these cannons in this area. So you never wanna have defenses gifted, and if you see like this, if they place a loon here, it will be kind of free. So I wanna change something in a way that that doesn't happen. So it's either changing the AD or whatever, but I don't want to have my mortars too far away because then there's not really use for them. So I will give it a thought now to see how we could do what we can do here, because we want to have the flame flinger protected. We also want to have the air things protected in the town hall. So the best solution will probably be Teslas. So we have to see where we can deploy our where we can place our Teslas, so the attacker doesn't think there's gonna be Teslas and he doesn't have enough troops. Like he has 5 loons and he needs 2 exactly for this, and maybe he needs to use all 5 or whatever because we have some Teslas or some things. Okay, so I will come back to that in a second. I'm gonna place the army camps like this. Trust buildings are very, very important also to be placed in a way that you don't give free funnel to the other player. So you have to think a lot where actually to place your trash. Okay, so I'm gonna keep placing my trash. And if you can see now, we don't have any defenses for this AD to protect. So we have to change that also. So I'm gonna keep placing my trash to finish the base more or less. And then we fix whatever we have to fix. So I always like to have like elixir collectors and regular barracks or whatever mixed up. Like make so they can't just do sneakies or whatever on a part of the trash. Okay, so and this time we need more things here and here. So what we can do is open this compartment a bit like this and have it kind of closed at the same time, as we won't have any troops finally passing that way. As it's like if it has had defenses. So this is a thing we could do if we run out of buildings, or we could just get some things out of a base or like this or whatever. So there's many things you could do to fix, and sometimes you need extra space, so it's just random. Okay, so we want to fix this so the attacker doesn't have a free like loon value here or whatever. So probably the easiest thing would be do something like that. But then what you're doing now, it's you give out a free sneaky value to your town hall. So you don't want that either. So what I'm gonna do is move this here, the AD there, so it also protects like what we talked about earlier. See, it protects the cannon, so they can't do the loon drop. They will need now two will take down the cannon. Also, he will need the sneakies to take out the storages, and the mortar is still there to protect the flame flinger. Okay, so now the town hall compartment should be safe, as we have the cannons tanked by the AD. The wizard tower is tanking the top cannon a bit, and also the both drills, so they can't just send imagine a minion or something. They will have to actually use a sneaky goblin or whatever. So now we're gonna place traps. So for this, in symmetrical bases and in all bases really, you have a lot of places to place our traps, especially our Teslas. Teslas can be placed in a way like surgical Teslas, like one in each place, and that sometimes does work very well. Other times you can have like all in a compartment like this. Many people like doing this, so you protect your scatter a lot, mixed with some giant bombs and skellies. Also, you can place them here, like to protect everything here in your eagle compartment. Also, you could place in the core multi, even though you want it isolated. If you place them here mixed with all kind of air traps, some bombs, skellies, it's good for hybrid, for spam. Not a smash, because a smash will just power through and kill it, but it is good for other type of strats. And sometimes the best option is to have it in the town hall, in a way that you bait a queen Sui, like I talked at the beginning, like or the Skelly Donut we talked about. You could just bait so the queen doesn't take the town hall. So we have many options, but what I like the most is in the Eagle compartment, as it's key defense, and you have two key defenses that you want to protect more. So what I like doing is placing the Teslas in this compartment here. Also, something I forgot to say is this AD. You don't want to have it gifted for rocket loons. So this mortar here, maybe it's better to have it here protecting the the AD. So yes, they can still get rocket loons easy. So maybe you want to have it moved around few tiles or something like this. Still not tanked by the scatter. Maybe move this here and whatever. So it's something you can move and play around with. But for now, I'm gonna have it like that. On maybe even one of these later on. It's something you gotta test, and maybe even when I build the base, it looks like this. But then after test, you have this AD somewhere here or whatever. It's something you change while testing. So I'm gonna finish up the traps real quick while I talk about some things. So you can see it looks good for Sui. This area looks very good for Sui. So now with Teslas, you have more DPS, which is always nice. So you always gotta be looking for what can you do to stop all the DPS. So people usually Sui with the Ice Golem. Spring traps are good because they will kill the Ice Golem instantaneously. So it's nice because, of course, yes, it will freeze all this area, but once it won't tank anymore after the freeze. So after the freeze, you will have all your traps popping. Your heroes, your king will go through ability, and if you have all your traps, king in ability, and all after the ice golem has popped, is very nice for you because most of the time it's a defense like they don't take out the whole compartment. Also, you can have as you can see, there's no AD, so if they have a lava and it pops, it won't take out all the red bombs. This will just kill loons and whatever he has in this area. So maybe you can have two there and two over here. You could also have two and one air skelly, one ground skelly. It's something you gotta see while testing. For now, we're gonna place it like that, and we're gonna keep trapping the town hall. So for sneaky goblins, we want to have bombs here. So if they don't test the sneakies, they will die. Imagine they send 3, they have exactly, imagine 14, and they don't test and they place them here and they die, then the attacker is most likely done if he doesn't know how to react in time or whatever. We want to have 2 giant bombs here in each side, so if he deploys when he killed all this, so now he wants to go for the town hall, he plays one here and one goes this side, he gets killed and he says, okay, I'm ready, and he sends 5 and they go this side, he's rip. So it's other thing, it's nice. Also, to sum up, for the difficulty to take the Inferno, we want to have a skeleton trap, as long as tornado here for side blimp. So now from this side, it will pop in the town hall, and then it will get all troops spawn, so they won't take town hall quickly. We want to have some red bombs also to have some damage, and we want to have air skelly in the middle also to distract and to kill loons or distract air troops. This spare Tesla we have, we could maybe put it aside for funnel, or find a way. Here it's nice, but not as good as it will make defenses targeting troops go from multi to the Tesla to the Eagle, so that's not nice. So maybe we want to place it somewhere in the outside, or to sum up some DPS here, or funnel, or whatever. So for now, I think I'm gonna wait a bit on that, and place it later. So now we have 8 black mines to put. So we talked about the most common spam entries, this side or this side, and what we said at the start, it's to probably defend the middle. So here we have AD, so we want to have one. Here we have another AD, we want to have another one. And in the town hall, you have ADs, but just have one. Imagine they want a queen charge just for the test loon, or if it doesn't cock a loon, then you take a healer. And then we want to have 2 in this area for the dragons that go and get the single. We want to have some there. We want to have, of course, in the middle also, close to the other ones, is nice. And we want to have another one here. So they're quite in the center, where we hope there's no loons to take them down, or warden ability to protect. And now we have giant bombs. We have 2 in the town hall, 2 in this area. Now we want to see where is the Sui most common. I would do the queen side. So if we don't want to get easily Sui, we want to place traps so we don't get easy Sui. And we are going to put the Tesla in this area, as I think personally is most common. So we are going to have three giant bombs for a possible king ability to kill all the little barbarians. And then hybrid. Personally, I would do maybe from the same side, so I will trap this side the most. Why? Because people just tend to like the queen more. So I'm gonna change warden and king to have the warden where troops are probably with less health to take them down, and the king tanking. So I'm gonna place them. Usually, I like placing them in the corner, like either of these, as troops tend to path in the corner. Hybrid troops. We could maybe cut some miners there, maybe get some hogs over here, same here, and we want to get the rest of the hogs in this area, and maybe have one in the middle. Plus we have giant bombs here and everything. One thing to finalize the base, to sum up, is about open walls. Maybe I wanna change something here, these walls, or take walls from... Wait, my iPad lag. Okay, so take walls from one side, either these ones or some from here or whatever, to close this over here, maybe even this one, like that. Because sometimes people tend to do queen charge with log launcher, and so imagine the log launcher gets killed and it doesn't open here. Sometimes they still have the ability, and queen can just go this side and take the town hall. But by closing here, if it doesn't open this wall, queen will have to beat through a wall, and Inferno is here to say no and to kill her. So I think base... Wait, I'm gonna take this other wall to close here. And I think base, it's finished like this. Obviously, some things can be tweaked and changed, but like, look, for example, this here, easy to funnel. So I'm gonna change this to make it look a bit more, to make the base look stronger, especially to cheap percentage.
Awesome. Yeah, this base is looking really, really good, man. One thing I would ask is if you were about to attack this base, what would be your plan on it?
Okay, I would, what I said, the sneakies, maybe it's a good plan where you then sui with your heroes and log launcher, and then use your dragon riders in one side and your bats in the other. That's a plan I would do. Other plan I would do is spam from either side. In my opinion, I would come from this side, as is easier for me to deploy troops. Maybe you could do, I wouldn't do smash, like ground smash, really. I would probably do the queen with log launcher, but I'm not too confident that with that plan, really. So probably spam or the other plan, it looks better, or even Sui Lalo, which is really, really hard to defend, especially if the Lalo player is very good. But this area here, it's sometimes instant death for Lalo. That's why I placed Teslas there.
Awesome. Yeah. Are you happy with this base? Are you liking the outcome of it?
Yeah, I think it looks very, very nice.
Sweet. Alright, for those of you guys who are watching over on the YouTube channel, this link will be available down in the description below if you do want to run this base in some wars yourself. If you do end up running it, make sure you let us know down in the comments how you guys get on. But Alfonso, thank you so much for coming on, man. It's been an absolute pleasure. Honestly, this has been incredible. Your knowledge on base building is amazing. And yeah, thank you so much for coming on, man.
Thank you for having me, and I hope everyone enjoyed and learned some tips. And if anyone has something to say to me, to correct me or whatever, I will be happy to hear some feedback from you guys.